All right guys, I'm here today to give an overview of some great new gear I've gotten from Midland, USA. As you can see on the table, I've been using Midland ever since the CB days. You know, I've had this radio in my Jeep for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Great handheld CB. You can either use it as a portable unit, or you can hook it up into your antenna port and your cigarette lighter. So it's got a battery on the bottom. It's got a portable antenna. You can walk around with it. Great little radio. So I've been using this for a long time. I've had it in my Jeep. Used it several times on road trips. Used it on some camping trips and stuff like that. So I've had this forever. There's some stuff in here that I've never even actually unboxed. You know, like the battery and the case and all that stuff. I've never even used it because it's been in my Jeep the whole time. But great little kit. I believe this is the 75822 model. Not sure if it's still made or not, but great little CB. Midland makes some great products. So what I want to really go over today is some of the new stuff that's out. Been working on some comm setup in my Jeep for a while, and you know, you got your Baofangs and you got your rugged radio, race radios, and you know, your ham radios and your GMRS and your FRS and your CBs and you know, all that stuff. And I've been holding out because I didn't know what to go with. And after looking at the market and asking a lot of questions to a lot of people, I finally settled on the GMRS. I'll go over some of the reasons why. To be clear, for you radio buffs out there, I'm not one. So if I say anything wrong in here, unintentional, but you know, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. So, but you know, the reason I went with GMRS ideally was it's got great range. It does require a license from the FCC, but I think it's less than $100 for, I bought it the other day, I just don't remember what I paid for it. It was less than $100 for like 10 years. Everybody in your family can use it on your license. So it's I don't even know why there's a license. There's no test. You know, it took me 10 minutes, 15 minutes to do the whole thing. So pretty simple. So what I got here is I got 2 sets of the GMRS walkie-talkies. These have 36 channels, 14 extra channels. It's got weather scan. They're USB charge. I want to do an unboxing on one of these, but great little radios. Heard a lot of great things about them. If you don't believe me, go out on the web and just read up on these things. These things are great. So this is the T77VP5, and I got 2 of them, 2 kits here. Both of these are identical. One of these I've opened, one of them I haven't. So we're gonna do those second, but I want to go over the MicroMobile first. So we're gonna hold off on these. I got some other stuff here sitting on the table. We got an antenna mounting bracket that I didn't know kind of what I was going to go with on mounting. So I ordered a few options, and you know, I'll probably send back what I don't need. But this is kind of your generic antenna mount. You can use it as a squeeze adapter, or you can also just mount the single plate. A lot of people mount these to their bumpers, or you know, on CJs and stuff. Some of the older rigs, you'll see them kind of just mounted to the body panel. They work great. They've been around forever. And, you know, I think I ran one of these on my first YJ back in like 1998. So been around for a long time. This one's MXT6. It's I don't know, this is probably 20 bucks. Not a whole lot of money. With that, I picked up some 6-meter antenna cord. This would obviously hook to the antenna itself and to the back of your radio. So picked up one of these. This is MXT8. Again, 6-meter cord, plugs right into the back of the MicroMobile. So here's the antenna. This is a 6 decibel gain antenna. It's going to give the radio a lot more range. So I think what I've decided to do with this thing is go with a magnetic mount for my Jeep. I think I'm going to mount it inside the vehicle when the top's down, kind of back on my cargo glide back in the back. So I think that's what we're going to go with. So this is the MXT-A12, and you know, this is a great little kit. Huge magnet, antenna screws right onto there, tons of cord, And you know, it's just a simple, clean setup. So you'll stick to anything magnetic. So again, MXT812, along with the 6 decibel gain antenna, model MXT-A11. So let's do an unboxing of this Midland MicroMobile. This is the MXT275. This is one of the newer units. If you go to their website, they got a bunch of different options out there. They have a couple different 15-watt models. This one happens to have all the channel functionality on the mic itself. Some of them have it built into the unit. It really depends on what you want to do and where you're going to mount it, and kind of, you know, what you're going with on it. For me, this is the one that worked best for what I'm going to do in the Jeep, and I'll show some pictures maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, whenever I can get this installed. We'll kind of go over what all it has, but this thing's tiny. When I pull this out of the box and you look at, you know, this compared to your old school trucker CB radios, you're going to be amazed. You can see it's still factory sealed. I haven't opened it yet, but this thing's awesome. I'm planning on probably mounting this either in my glove box or on top of my Alpine. Really, it's going to depend on, you know, do I think it's going to get any weather on it and that kind of stuff. So it may even go in my glove box. I just don't know yet. So this is like the radios. Got a bunch of channels, got a bunch of repeater channels. You got a microphone jack on the mic itself. So if you want to hook up a headset to this or anything like that, you can do that. Again, you change your channels on the mic itself. You can, the backlit display can be changed to a bunch of different colors. You can see it's got a USB jack right on the radio itself, so you can charge, you know, you can charge your two-way radios. They're USB as well. You can charge those straight off of there. You can charge your phone, you know, anything that plugs into a USB port. So let's get to unboxing this thing. I'll show you just how small it is. So we're going to use our, you know, of course, orange knife. No coincidence, right? Let's see if we can get this thing open. There we go. Let's open this thing up. So just unboxing it, you can see great packaging, right? Nothing's gonna get broken. It's in your kind of typical egg carton type package. Sliding it out of the box. You know, everything's kind of in that nice little contained unit. Box is very nice. The shipping that came to me, like your typical Amazon packages, you know, it had your little bubble wrap in there and that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get this out of here and see what it looks like. So lots of stuff in the package. See everything fit in there nice and neat. So I guess we'll start off with the radio itself. Look at this thing. So tiny little radio. What's great about it is it's going to make this easy if I want to put it in my truck, you know, for a road trip, or I want to put it on my ATVs when we're out, or, you know, keep it in the Jeep. It's small enough you can move it, right? So, you know, I wanted something for our overland trips coming up, you know, to have something out in, you know, when we're out in the middle of nowhere and the kids want to run around and chat with their buddies, or we're out in the Jeep and you want to talk to somebody, or you get in an emergency. If you don't have cell service, you know, this gives you another option, which is, it's always great to have options. So let's open this up. So here's the unit. It's tiny, right? Easy plug, antenna jack in the back. If I had to guess, this thing is, you know, it's I got my phone here. It's no heavier than my phone, I wouldn't say. But, you know, it's got the mount can be swivel, I believe, maybe not. But again, you're looking at this for the first time with me. So if it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. But the radio slides out of the bracket. Got your mount. It's got some pretty good retention on the clips, so I don't expect this to rattle. I don't expect it to make any noise. It's a very simple setup for a powerful little radio. So getting into what you get in the box, you know, you got your AC adapter or your DC adapter with your plug, inline fuse. Just fell on the ground here. But we have extra fuse and some screws. Obviously your bracket. It does come with an antenna. It's nice small antenna. You know, if you're gonna have this in 2 vehicles, especially, you know, I'm gonna mount the big antenna on my Jeep. But if I wanted something to kind of in my truck, just to have an antenna and not have to move all that stuff, you know, this would be great. It looks like it's magnetic. Very long cord, should work great. Came with some Velcro and some instructions on how to use Velcro. So I'm sure some people need that. Mic holder with some double stick tape, pretty sweet. Came with the manual. I don't know if anybody ever reads manuals anymore. And the mic unit itself. So this thing's actually, I don't know, it's probably as heavy as the main unit. But like I said earlier, it does have on your mic jack if you want to plug one in. It's got your push to talk on the side. It's got your channel up and down, weather, monitor, menu. I'm not going to plug this in and key it up yet because I have not received my license confirmation, and I'm obviously not going to get in trouble on a YouTube video. But pretty simple. Clips right in. It's got a USB little dongle hanging off here to keep your USB port dust free. There. So nice little setup. Obviously the antenna I showed you earlier, it's going to go in there. You're going to plug this in either to your cigarette lighter, or if you want to hardwire it into your fuse panel or your S-Pod, or you know, whatever you want to do. It's pretty straightforward. But it's great radio. I'm really looking forward to trying this thing out. I haven't obviously tried it out yet because I don't have my license. So I've heard it doesn't take very long to get this. You know, I expect to have it in the next week or so, but I have not received it yet. So, but this is the MicroMobile 275 from Midland, USA. It's a GMRS two-way radio, as are these little handhelds as well. So these things can talk to GMRS. I believe they can talk to FRS. So actually, no, they can't. I believe they took that away. So apparently the FCC said that's a no-no. But they can definitely talk to all GMRS radios. So now let's kind of talk about these little guys. So I never know who's going to be with me, and I didn't want to not have radios for everybody. So I went ahead and got 2 sets of these. So let me get this 275 stuff out of the way, and we'll talk about these handhelds because there's a lot going on with these things. Move this stuff out of the way. All right. So again, we're going to be talking about these X-Talker GMRS two-way radios. Again, this is, it comes with 2 units, comes with a USB charging cable, some batteries, a charger for both your car and the wall, and it comes with a couple boom mic headsets. It says up to 38-mile range. I would say that's probably in perfect conditions because I don't expect them to go that far. You know, I'd be happy with 4 or 5 miles. So we'll see what we can get out, especially with the Tennessee terrain here, with you know the hills and you know the gullies and I believe here in Tennessee they call them hollers. So we're gonna see how this goes. So again, this is model T77VP5, and they're the X-Talker GMRS two-way radios. So let's open them up. So without all the packaging, nice little case. It's kind of your typical injection molding. You know, I kind of liken this to what you'd see if you ordered bought a new battery drill or something like that. The case is nice with it being electronics in here and not a battery drill. You know, you have some egg crate type foam. The radios are very light, so not real big, about the size of my hand. Push to talk. Again, no batteries in here. I'm not going to queue these up while I don't have a license, but you know, it's got USB charging over here. It's got your speaker, your mic, push to talk, you know, your volume. It's got your weather channel just like the other ones. Very nice. AC adapter, headsets, came with 2 of those, 1 for each radio, and they're boom headsets. They're pretty nice. You know, they fit around your ear and the mic comes down right in front of your face. So great if you're going to be on a road trip or something like that, or on the trail. So USB charger, which is great, USB cable. So you can plug these things in, micro USB into there, and you can actually charge them off of the MXT275. So put them in here. You can charge your radios directly off that. So you can also charge them off your cigarette lighter. So very nice kit. If you want to charge them on your dash or at your house, stick them in there. And it's just using a mini USB cable. So pretty easy setup. Might even be a micro USB cable, I can't tell. Battery for each unit. Again, for all you radio guys, I'm not going to install that because I don't want to get in trouble. Comes with a manual, pretty pictures. So very nice. So great little kit. Again, I got 2 of these. The other one's obviously going to be exactly the same. Everything fits back in there real nice. Batteries have their own location. The charging spot, USB cables, boom headsets go in there. AC adapter, cigarette lighter adapter. Close it up, and everything goes back in its spot. And it's not one of those kits where, you know, you got it in there the first time from the manufacturer, but you can't get it back in ever again. It's a nice little setup. So I'm hoping to get the main unit installed in my Jeep tomorrow, maybe even today. We'll see how spunky I get, but we're gonna see where this goes. But again, this is a great setup from Midland. You guys probably haven't seen me do a YouTube or IGTV video before, but I think in this case, with what's going on here and all the options you have for a radio, I think this warrants it. So there's a lot of options. You know, if you wanna go off and get your race radio and go and get your amateur radio license, like your ham or any of that, go for it. If you want to use it illegally and risk all that stuff, go for it. You know, I wouldn't recommend it, but you know, I've watched a lot of videos and done a lot of research on this. You know, you can get in a lot of trouble if you use a radio outside of its license. You know, if you use a reserve channel for your local emergency folks or something like that, or a tow truck company or something, and you're causing a lot of chatter on a line and an emergency or something happens and they find out you're accountable for emergency crews or anything not being able to get through, you know, that's something you just don't want to risk. So with this, it's a simple license. It costs less than $100. Go out there and get it. You know, your wife, your kids, your husband, anybody can use your license in the family. So it's a great little setup. It's easy to do. You know, it costs less than $100. These radios aren't ridiculously expensive. You know, this is less than $200. You know, these are less than $150. It's like anything else. You know, if you buy direct from Midland, I do have a discount code with those guys. So check my story. I'm going to keep it posted out there. So go out there, check the discount code, and if you order direct from Midland, you can obviously save yourself some money. So stay tuned to my story. Stay tuned to my Instagram page, Sergeant Crush. We're going to get this thing installed in the next couple days, and it's kind of warm outside right now, but we're going to try and get this stuff done. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and we'll go from there. But it should be a fun little install. I just saw on the side of this box that this can talk to all GMRS and FRS two-way radios. I had heard, and again, radio guys, I'm the furthest thing from an expert on these, but I've heard that was starting to be maybe a no-no, but this is saying it on the packaging, so I guess it's not a huge deal. So anyway, reach out to me if you have any questions. I can get you in touch with some folks who know a lot more about these things than I do, but I know for me this is going to be the perfect thing for my use case. So if you do have questions on the install or anything like that, you know, a lot of people ask, you know, how are you going to make it clean? and how you're going to mount your mic. So again, this mic this isn't cheap. It feels really good in your hand, but you know, it just fits good. But this has got some weight to it, and you know, I'm probably going to mount this to you know, one of those Mob Armor or Pro Clip or some kind of mount where I can just have that sitting maybe right on my grab handle, or even down by my pistol mount. So we'll see. But again, let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to sign off of here, and stay tuned. We're going to get this thing installed.